and that we're doing our part at the Power Hour. So we have these huge boxes of incredible London Fog, and I mean just really good clothes that they're going to enjoy. Jeans and boots and fatigues even that I was able to get. They're going to love them. Not that I promote wearing fatigues, but that they're going to love. So we got that done, but Wanda told me last year that some of the vets have dogs. So we need your help, and we would like to either have you go to this website, rollingthundertx2.com, rollingthundertx2.com, and donate there, because that is a website that does help vets. Trust me, they really do. And put in there that you want to donate it for the pets or whatever you want to donate it for, the people or the pets. Or if you're not online, you can call the Power Hour at 877-817-9829, 877-817-9829 if you want to help with the dog food that we're going to just send them money, so we don't have to send that through the mail. We're going to send them money, and then they will be able to go purchase the dog food as much as they need for the vets there. So please, please support us on that. And rollingthundertx2.com, they do the right thing. Trust me. Gary, every weekend, they take these vets that are cold, homeless, and if they agree to be off drugs, off alcohol, they put them into the U.S. Vet place there in Houston, which is a former Holiday Inn that went out of business. They have set it all up, have their own kitchen. They live there until they get a job. They give them clothes, which, with these clothes, well, if there's too many of them, they'll go to the U.S. Vet Center. They don't get $1 from the government or the VA or the DOD. Not $1. That should tell you something. They're probably doing an awesome, outstanding job, and that's why they get no money. So if you want to support, rollingthundertx2.com. If you want to give a donation at the Power Hour and you're not online, you can do it by calling 877-817-9829. Okay, getting to the story of Rand Paul unleashing on the White House after it dubbed Trump disqualified. That really made Rand Paul come to Trump's aid. Because wait a minute, we got the most unqualified, unconstitutional president in there. So he wrote up 10 reasons why Obama is not qualified to be president. I love this. Please get the email blast. Here are the 10 reasons. He tried to take over 1/6 of the economy in Obamacare, wreck the system, hurt patients and taxpayers. Number 2, thinks an executive order is legislation, and that's how you make law. Number 3, fought an undeclared unconstitutional war in Libya, turned it into a jihadist wonderland. Fighting an undeclared unconstitutional war in Syria and trying to put ISIS in Damascus. There's more, ladies and gentlemen, after this 1 minute, 10-second break. Stay tuned to the Power Hour. This is Joyce Riley.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay.
Every Thursday night at 7 on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050.
KCAA invites you to listen to professional money manager Bill Gunderson every weekday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. Bill Gunderson is a highly respected money manager. He's a regular contributor to MarketWatch, TheStreet.com, and Town Hall Finance. Gunderson has appeared many times on the Fox News Channel, the Fox Business Network, and CNBC. You can hear Bill Gunderson's daily insight into... This is KCAA Loma Linda. CNBC News is next. Brought to you by BuySellMakeOffer.com. Go there now and join the thousands who have already signed up for a new and exciting way to buy and sell online. Launching January 15th.
Kamlick, CNBC Radio. Stocks may open higher this morning on Wall Street. Right now, we're on a 3-day losing streak. Chipotle CEO apologizing for the food illnesses at some of the chain's restaurants. Norovirus in Boston, E. coli in the West. Steve Ellis promised to make Chipotle the safest place to eat. Volkswagen promising to road test emissions on all of its vehicles. VW's chairman said in a news conference that winning back customers' trust is job one for him and the company. Another shot in the wireless wars. T-Mobile says Verizon customers who switch can get a full year of Hulu free and up to half off on select gifts from smartwatches to speakers to games. Walmart's testing out a mobile pay phone system in some cities today. Customers would use the Walmart app on their smartphones when they get to checkout. And the friendly skies will be crowded for Christmas. 38 million passengers will fly home for the holidays, 3% more than last year. And the airline industry says that's because the economy's improving and tickets are cheaper. Chuck Kamlick, CNBC.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
The gift that keeps on giving is almost always just a metaphor. Open it once, gift over. But at TGI Fridays, we have the gift that actually does keep on giving. For just $10, get any endless app like one of 8 flavors of boneless wings, and we'll keep them coming over and over again. For a bit more, you can switch to another app. Loaded potato skins? Sure. Pan-seared pot stickers? Fine. You can even try them all. We don't care. We're just excited about giving and then giving some more. Endless apps with endless choice are back at TGI Fridays. At participating restaurants for a limited time. While supplies last, other restrictions apply.
Offer.com is our New Year's gift to you. Circle this date, Friday, January 15th. You're invited to start the new year off right with a subscription to buysellmakeoffer.com. Some other selling sites can be sketchy, and even others will charge you a fee on every item you list. But with buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell your washer, dryer, cars, or even your home with no per-item fees. And you can use Skype, make a video. You can actually see the person you're buying from, or they can see you, all to better sell your product. Wouldn't you like a feeling of security when you buy or sell? That's why we call it buysellmakeoffer.com. And you don't have to wait until January 15th to find out what the buzz is all about. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com and type in your email address so you'll know exactly when the fun will begin. The first 30 days are on us, and then it's as little as $7.95 per month to sell up to 50 items. Join the revolution in online selling with buysellmakeoffer.com.
Time for your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker. In Redlands, we have an accident. 2 lanes are blocked on the 10 westbound before Wabash Avenue. The 10 west before Wabash, a crash involving a big rig has the 2 right lanes blocked. Traffic is jammed from before Ukaipa Boulevard. In Murrieta, stop-and-go traffic on the 15 southbound between the 215 and Rainbow Valley Boulevard. In Riverside, an accident. The shoulder is blocked on the 215 northbound at Martin Luther King Boulevard. The 215 north at MLK, a crash is in the center divider and right shoulder. Traffic is slow from before Cactus. In Ontario, slow traffic on the 60 westbound between Archibald Avenue and the 57 Orange Freeway. The 10 west is slow and go from Archibald to White Avenue. The 210 west is heavy from Milliken to the 57. In Corona, slow traffic on the 91 westbound between McKinley Street and Green River Road. The 71 south is busy between Euclid Avenue and the 91. In Devore, road construction. 3 lanes are closed on the 15 northbound from Glen Helen Parkway to Highway 138. The 15 north from Glen Helen Parkway to the 138, the 4 right lanes will be closing alternately until 2 p.m. In the Cajon Pass, there's also I-15 from Oak Hill Road to US 395. You've got construction. Their 3 right lanes are closed for road work until 3 p.m. And finally, in Apple Valley, yet even more road construction on the 15 southbound from Wild Wash Road to Boulder Road, Dale Evans Parkway, the 15 south. The 2 left lanes are closed for road work until 10 a.m. This has been your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker.
With your Thursday news, I'm Jim Miller. CNBC News, KCAA, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, the station that leaves no listener behind. Hundreds of San Bernardino Valley College students gathered to mourn the victims of the Inland Regional Center massacre, which occurred 3 miles and 1 week almost to the minute away. San Bernardino County College District Chancellor Bruce Barron struck both somber and defiant notes at the midday vigil, which took place in the college's open-air Greek theater. San Bernardino Valley College is an urban community college serving an overwhelmingly minority population, including a large number of immigrant students. 2 campuses in the Long Beach-based California State University system will hold graduation ceremonies Saturday, but security will be particularly tight at Cal State San Bernardino, with the ceremonies coming 11 days after the terrorist attack that killed 14. People attending the CSUSB events will see extra security at entrances, and they've been advised in advance not to bring outside food or drinks, and no large items such as backpacks. 2 graduation ceremonies will be held Saturday at Cal State San Bernardino. Much of the Southland will be under a no-burn order through today, meaning indoor fireplace use and outdoor wood burning will be prohibited due to pollution concerns. The South Coast Air Quality Management District originally issued the order only for today for all residences in the South Coast Air Basin, including the greater Los Angeles area. Millions of Californians continue to struggle to meet their basic needs even after several years of steady job gains. And the statistics in the San Bernardino County area are especially grim. Poverty rate in the county last year more than 8 points higher than in 2007 when the recession began. Nearly 21% of the residents faced economic hardship last year. California's official poverty rate last year stood at 16.4%, down slightly from the prior year, but still well above the state poverty rate in 2007. I'm Jim Miller, CNBC News. KCAA, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.
Good morning, good morning. It's Aaron Brinker.
And Tobin Brinker.
And Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Thursday morning. Weather's supposed to cool down today. You know, I always talk about the weather straight out at the beginning of the show. We're going to have some actual, wintry kind of weather for Southern California.
Maybe some rain and snow tomorrow.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
That. Rain possibilities for Friday, Sunday, and Monday. I guess Saturday will just have to be dry.
I'm good with that. I got to run a 5K on Saturday and a half marathon on Sunday. So let's have a nice dry weekend.
Busy weekend for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll appreciate the cool weather.
Definitely. The last couple of days have been warm, and I've had to train in the warm weather, and it's like, no, go back to the cold.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a surprise to be back up in the 80s.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
And not particularly pleasant one.
So sorry about that. My computer started playing something. For those of you who don't know, I am working from my home office today, so I'm Skyping into the show. And sometimes computers do what they want instead of what you want them to do. So I apologize if that was heard over the air. So Todd, do you want to roll into Todd's Tech Time a little early?
Sure. If you guys want to go there, we'll go there.
We'll
Todd's
go
Tech
there.
Time.
So Brandon, can you fire the song up?
My hand, why don't people
There it is.
understand my intention?
I always enjoy that song. Welcome to Todd's Tech Time. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a device that I got earlier in the week, and I've been playing around with it. It's the Apple Fire TV with voice control. And what the Apple Fire TV stick with voice control, this is the stick version of their device is. It looks like a little USB thumb drive, plugs into the back of your television set. And instead of a USB connection, it has a HDMI connection, so it plugs right into the back of the TV directly. You do have to run a little power cord off the side of it to plug it in to give a little bit more oomph so that it can run properly. And when you turn it on, you set it up, you connect it to your local Wi-Fi, and it gives you streaming television. The Apple folks compete with the Google Chrome sticks, the Roku boxes, and the Apple TVs. they were the first ones on the market with a voice activated remote. And so I very specifically wanted to get the voice version of this so that I could look at how that works and see how it all plays out. I've got, by comparison, a Roku that I've played with, a Roku 3, and an Apple TV version 3. I haven't played with the newest one yet, so we'll wait and do a review on that one sometime down the road. But it has all the normal things on it. You can play Netflix, you can play Amazon Video, you can rent and buy videos and movies from Amazon. And Amazon is actually starting to compete more directly with Netflix in doing some of their own unique programming. So there's some things out there, most noticeably recently, transgender. Have either of you guys watched any of that kind of stuff?
We have not.
No.
But, I like the competition. I'm a big fan of competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's an interesting stick. In the course of using it, I found a few little things that are interesting or a little odd about it that I didn't like. In that the remote is not an IR remote; it's an RF remote, so it's radio frequency remote. So you don't have to point it at the TV. And sometimes I would push a button a couple times, before the stick would recognize it. So it wasn't always the most responsive from the remote. And I found that a little annoying at times.
So that's on the Roku or that's on the Amazon?
That's on the Amazon. The Amazon. And then comparing the video quality in watching Netflix between the Roku, the Amazon, and the Apple, the Amazon didn't seem quite as sharp. The pictures to me seemed a little bit down-resed from the Apple. And those two, I had the Apple and the Amazon on the same television, so I could bounce right back and forth between them. Whereas with the Roku, I have it on a separate television, and I didn't have, dealing with HDMI ports. So comparatively speaking, I was able to compare the other two more side to side.
So what do you like the best? I mean, you're Mr. Gadget, right? So what do you think is the best?
Well, you know what? I think it largely depends on sort of your commitment to an ecosystem. And they definitely are ecosystems. The Google has the Google Play Store, and you can rent videos and stuff there, and they allow you to play Netflix. But they don't do Amazon Video. Apple, same thing. They've got the Apple Store, but they don't do Amazon Video, and they do Netflix. Netflix seems to be the common thread through all of them. Everybody does Netflix. Netflix sort of seems to be the all video, everywhere, all the time people. But if I had to pick one right now, for me, the Apple TV works best for me because I have an investment in movies and stuff that I've got through Apple. So I have a library of movies there. So that works well for me. But like I said, I've also got a Roku that I use up in my office, and it works well in that situation. I think that all of them are interesting things, and the technology's obviously come along enough that they work fine. The one thing that was unique about the Amazon was the voice recorder. Now I know Apple has that new in their version 4 devices, the newest ones. But for the voice thing, it was interesting because it works okay for Amazon products or Amazon software. I could say, show me movies with Tom Hanks, and it would show me all the movies available on Amazon Video with Tom Hanks. But it was just with Amazon Video. Apple's opened that up. So if I say, show me videos with Tom Hanks, they'll show me Netflix videos, they'll show me HBO videos, they'll show me Apple videos. And so I get it from multiple sources. And I think that is a significant difference for them with the Apple technology. And
that's
something
huge.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, when you can say, I want to watch an action movie, and it shows you, action movies from all the different sources that are available to you, as opposed to just the source from the manufacturer.
So that reminds me of in the early days of the internet, you had AOL and their environment, and then you had CompuServe and their environment. Mm-hmm. And then along came other services that gave you the whole internet. And first people were like, wait, I don't have access to everything?
Yeah. Everybody thought AOL was the internet, right?
Exactly.
That was the thing, because it was their sandbox and they presented it to you the way that they packaged it. And that was it, right? And these little TV services are the same way. But you know what? I really do think that these are going to be more and more popular. More and more people are going offline instead of doing like live TV feeds and paying for cable boxes and stuff. They'll buy these things, and then you can pick and choose. You pay $6 here and $7 there for the things that you want. So
I can't
Anyway,
wait till they all do that and it's time for a break, so we'll finish with that. I just, having to pay for a bunch of channels you never watched makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So it is 6:15. I'm Erin Brinker.
I'm Tobin Brinker.
I'm Todd Brinker.
We are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5. We'll be right back.
For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
As the owner of my business, I wear a lot of hats. I'm accounting, sales, and so much more. But I don't know marketing.
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. Our team can create a digital plan for you with everything from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about.
Whoa, that's a job for cleanup, which would be me.
Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company has been serving the greater Inland Empire for over 60 years. For all of your printing needs, from full-color printing to high-speed copying and everything in between, go to Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. Their staff is committed to your total satisfaction. Great service isn't just lip service at Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. It's the way they do business year after year. Having trouble finding drafting supplies? Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company still carries a complete selection. Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company is rated high in customer satisfaction by Value Star, an independent rating company. For all of your personal or business printing, call Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company at 909-792-3478. That's 792-3478, or visit them on New York Street in Redlands off the I-10 and the Crosstown Freeway.
Hey Di, do you know that many people have no idea that the Carousel Mall is actually open?
What? Do you tell them that that's where KCAA is located?
Of course, but there's more than just KCAA here.
Oh, I know. It's a totally great place for a girls' outing. Here at the Carousel Mall, there's Mega Beauty Supply.
And it's huge.
Yeah, the biggest beauty supply store I've ever seen. And they have wigs and extensions.
Then there's Backstreet Beauty Salon and Daniel's Jewelers, a store, by the way, for girls and guys.
Yes, and Nail Fashions where they do waxing and eyelash extensions. There's Lisa's Threading. You know, Mark, eyebrow threading is a big thing nowadays.
I do know about Mr. Yu's.
Yes, when you're ready for lunch, it's Mr. Yu's Chinese restaurant.
Best of all, Mr. Yu's is right next to KCAA.
Yes, all this located in the Carousel Mall, right off the 215, the 2nd and 3rd Street exit.
Come visit the Carousel Mall. We're open.
For more info, go to kcaaradio.com.
Inland Body and Paint is a family-owned and operated fleet collision and repair shop that's proud to live in and help our community. Bring your heavy-duty trucks and or equipment to their Fleet Collision and Paint Center in Fontana for expert collision repair services. With 35 years of experience, you're sure to receive quality workmanship at an excellent price from Inland Body and Paint Center. From fiberglass repairs to quality painting, they'll take care of your truck and equipment from top to bottom in their new 64-foot spray booth. By the way, Inland Body and Paint of Fontana repaired and repainted the KCAA truck, and they can do the same job for your car, truck, or heavy-duty equipment. Inland Body and Paint, dedicated to the community and to your satisfaction. Call them today to learn what they can do for you. You can find Inland Body and Paint on Valencia in Fontana. Call them at 909-434-0466 or online at inlandbodyandpaint.com.
Miss something today, yesterday, last week? Check out our podcasts at www.kcaaradio.com. We leave no listener behind.
I'm just a little bit caught in the middle. Life is a maze and love is a riddle. I don't know where to go, can't do it alone. I've tried and I don't know why.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA, AM 1050 and FM 106.5. And got a story that's going to hit Todd right where he lives. Literally.
Literally.
But it won't hit you very fast, Todd.
Tobin, you want to read this one?
Sure. So, the title says it all. Corona, a city plagued by gridlock. Every morning, Aaron, when you do the traffic, as soon as you say Corona, everyone cringes because they know exactly where you're going. Travis.
In fact, she really doesn't describe it well enough. She should just say Corona. There is no traffic. There is a parking lot.
That's right. So this is from the Press Enterprise. Travis Irwin inched his car through evening rush hour traffic along South Lincoln Avenue in Corona, staring blankly into the red glow of brake lights ahead. 5 minutes and 3 green lights later, the Eastville delivery driver had moved less than the length of a football field towards his home. It's been terrible lately because of all this construction, Irwin said through his open window. This is one of the worst areas. Officials agree. Corona, due to its proximity to Orange County and the 91's intersection with the 15 in the city, make it and nearby streets among the Inland Empire's most congested areas. Almost 2 million cars pass through Corona each week, heading in or out of Orange County. And as construction along its narrowed stretch of the 91 continues its apex, more drivers have taken to residential streets, but they're under construction too. It's a conundrum of Corona traffic manager. It's a conundrum for Corona traffic manager Dennis Rawls and his 3-person staff who've been trying the past year to distribute traffic by manipulating signals and road markings using computer algorithms and decades of experience. Recent events, such as closures of the 91 after a rainstorm and a ramp collapse that injured construction workers, have multiplied the complaints. The cries have reached a fever pitch, with residents unloading years of frustration on transportation officials. The roughly $1.5 billion of work to widen the 91 and improve nearby Corona city streets won't end until early 2017. But even when the last of the cones are picked up, traffic will persist along the highway, Rawls said. Look at Corona and how it sits on a map. If you flip it around, and it looks like a funnel, Rawls said, pointing to a digital map in his office. All of this is going to fix the problem, he asked? No. It's going to help, absolutely. Slow going. The 8-mile section of the 91 connecting Corona to present-day Anaheim was completed in April 1961, the Corona Daily Independent newspaper reported. Before that, 6th Street was the main route through the Santa Ana Canyon. The speed limit through the city was only 25 miles per hour, with stop signs at major intersections, local historian and Corona native Don Williamson said. When the 91 opened, Corona was a town of only 13,000 people, mostly citrus farmers and their families. You can see.
I bet you could get through Corona faster then than you can now.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Yeah. So
going 25 with stop signs.
I don't even know where to go. I mean, we could do the whole history of this. I mean, this thing is just, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. So
I have absolutely no proof, but my gut tells me that the city of Corona has intentionally backlogged all the side streets to discourage all the freeway people from getting off the freeway. And so just the entire city is a giant quagmire.
Wow.
I mean, it just seems like everywhere there's something being done, some kind of work. There's cones up. You just can't get anywhere fast.
Well, they do have the one section, I guess it's not right in Corona, but not far from Corona, where you can get the toll roads, and those seem to work all right.
Yeah, once you get past Corona, you can get onto the 91 Expressway, and it's basically that starts right at the Orange County border as you're heading into Orange County, and it avoids most of like the Anaheim Hills area, and so there's no exits there. It's a 10-mile stretch. And ironically, historically, the most accidents that have happened are between the beginning of the 241 and Green River, which is the first exit in Corona before there.
So that
and it's probably people fighting to get to the expressway.
I'm sure.
I don't know what the reason is for that, but that's where there's always accidents. I mean, there's probably as many days in the week where there is an accident there that there is not, and that's sad, actually.
Well, and if I lived in Corona, regardless of whether I had to go on the 91 during rush hour, I'd be pretty upset by the volume of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, it's done nothing but grow as there's been growth out in the Temecula area. People are still have jobs in Orange County, and so they come up the 91 and, or up the 15 and down the 91 into Orange County because it's the only real way into Orange County. There is no southern route unless you go all the way down to San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you think about this idea for a tunnel, Todd? Do you think that'll solve it?
In Southern California?
A tunnel to Orange County. We'll just go under the traffic.
Honestly, they have a road that goes through. It's a very small, windy, one lane each direction road. And it goes through Elsinore. It starts in Elsinore and drops down on the other side of the mountains in Orange County. They should just go and turn that into a highway. They should be doing the same construction that they're doing on the 91. They should be doing there. They should be widening that.
Wow.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Well, the last part of the article in the newspaper talks about an $8 million study to analyze a proposed tunnel to connect Orange and Riverside counties, and they think it would cost $10 billion to build it, and it would create two 11.5 mile tunnels, and the commuters would have to pay about $14 each way, so it would be a pay tunnel.
Yeah, pay tunnel to cover those billions of dollars, and who wants to go through a tunnel in Southern California, really?
Yeah.
I think the issue is, and this is a concern because it goes right through the National Forest area there, and so they're worried about traffic. But there's already roads that go through there. The 241 cuts through one side, and like I said, there's already a road that goes from the Lake Elsinore area that drops down into Orange County. So all they have to do is broaden the road, and instead of building a giant tunnel for us to go through, they should build multiple tunnels and bridges so that the wildlife can go under and around the roads.
Yeah. Well, it seems like express lanes are the way that they're moving, though. I mean, you're going to have to pay if you want to drive freely, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah, freely and pay. There's an oxymoron.
Yes.
Even if I had the $14 a day, $14 a day to go to work, I still wouldn't do it. We have earthquakes, and I wouldn't want to be stuck underground.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, I'm sure there's a lot of people who felt that way about the tunnel too when they were driving to France.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, after it's been there a while, it's safe until it's not, right?
That's very true.
The English Channel isn't known for its high earthquake zone.
No. So why don't we take an early break? I'm hearing an echo, and I want to call back in. So it's 6:27. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting more local radio programs than any other station in California. We are KCAA.
California Headline News. More details emerging in the San Bernardino terror investigation. Officials getting information from the man who purchased two of the rifles used in the attack.
The FBI has been interviewing Farouk's friend who provided him the assault rifles, Enrique Marquez. According to members of Congress who've been briefed by the FBI, Marquez claims he and Farouk had planned an attack in 2012 but got cold feet when the FBI busted up another terror plot in a nearby city.
Correspondent Brian Ross reports indicating another arrest in the case may be imminent. State Corrections Department worker under investigation after video posted on Facebook shows her insulting two Muslim men and hitting a third.
It is inappropriate. You're right. For somebody to tape record me, it is inappropriate.
This lady was talking about my God. She was saying he is there. You not touch me!
The Park Service's Denise Slater confronted the men at La Chabot Regional Park while they were praying. She tells the men they were deceived by Satan and have nothing but hate. Geico weather, rain for much of the central and northern region. Jeff Scott, California News.
Any Joe Schmo knows Geico will work to save you money on car insurance. But since money talks, why not just ask the savings?
That's me, Joe Savings. I'm not literally $1 million, but I feel like it. Why? Because when Joe switched his car insurance at Geico.com, his monthly rate went down and the savings went up. Now he uses the handy Geico mobile app anytime to check out his policy perks. Talk about a win-win. And 2 thumbs up. Man, I wish I had thumbs.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What's that sound you're hearing, California? That's the sound of someone who's resting easy, dreaming of kittens, befriending piglets, because they've just saved on their car insurance by switching to Geico. Yup, California, that's the sound of savings.
Savings. For a free rate quote, visit geico.com and see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Ron Pritchard. Our weather forecast for this morning calls for sunny skies, a high near 78. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low near 49. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 69. Thursday night, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy skies, a low near 50. Friday, a chance of showers, mostly sunny skies, a high near 58. Friday night, a chance of showers, partly cloudy skies, a low near 43. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high near 64. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, KCAA.
It's time for your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Baker. In Redlands, there's an accident. 2 lanes are blocked on the 10 westbound before Wabash Avenue. The 10 west before Wabash, a crash involving a big rig has the 2 right lanes blocked. Traffic is jammed from before Yucaipa Boulevard. In Moreno Valley, shoulder is blocked on the 60 westbound after Day Street. This crash reportedly involves 2 vehicles in the center divider. In Corona, stop-and-go traffic on the 91 westbound between McKinley Street and Green River Road. The 71 south is busy between Euclid Avenue and the 91. In Murrieta, stop-and-go traffic on the 15 southbound between the 215 and Rainbow Valley Boulevard. In Riverside, an accident. The shoulder is blocked on the 215 northbound at Martin Luther King Boulevard. A crash is in the center divider and the right shoulder. Traffic is slow from before Cactus. In Ontario, slow traffic on the 60 westbound between Euclid Avenue and the 57 Orange Freeway. The 10 west is slow and go from Mountain Avenue to White Avenue. The 210 west is heavy from Milliken to the 57. In the Cajon Pass, there's road construction. You've got 2 lanes closed at the 15 northbound from Oak Hill Road to the US 395. The 2 right lanes are closed for road work until approximately 3 p.m. And then Apple Valley, road construction, you got 2 lanes closed there. The 15 southbound from Wild Wash Road to Boulder Road / Dale Evans Parkway. 15 south between Wild Wash and Dale Evans, the 2 left lanes are closed for road work until 10 a.m. This has been your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker.
Are you looking for the right place to purchase your landscaping items? Well, come see us at Hydroscape. Hydroscape offers a large selection of irrigation products including Irritrol and Toro, such as their efficient precision nozzles. For 40 years, Hydroscape has been family owned and operated, serving Southern California. With 17 locations, our knowledgeable and experienced staff is equipped to help you with all your irrigation, landscape, and outdoor living projects. Whether you're installing irrigation systems, wanting to maintain a healthy landscape, or simply create a beautiful lit space for outdoor entertaining, Hydroscape is the place to go. Visit our website at hydroscape.com for more information and find helpful articles on our blog, or call our customer service center at 1-800-395-4477.
Your application looks great, but I'm not seeing any marketing experience.
The ad said mechanic needed.
Right, but I need a mechanic/marketing wizard. What do you know about reputation management?
Nothing.
Search engine optimization?
Is that under the hood?
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. We can help with any digital marketing solution from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about. Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
For more local radio every day, listen to KCAA.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA, AM 1050 and FM 106.5. So, Tobin, the saga, the story of the shooters from last week continues to unfold. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, they've started investigating the friend who purchased the guns that were used by Farouk, and they've come up with some very kind of bizarre stuff. And so the heading of the article is from the ABC News. It says, Samuel attack leads to questions on another marriage. And basically what they found is that this guy, Enrique Marquez, who purchased the guns, actually is married to what appears to be a mail-order bride from Russia, whose sister is married to Farouk's brother. And so these families are all sort of intermarried. And so let me read to you from this article because it's really kind of a bizarre connection here. And I think as they dig into this, it's raising a lot more questions for investigators. Farouk and Malik's marriage isn't the only one garnering suspicion. In the midst of the investigation into Farouk's family, new details have emerged about the use and possible abuse of the government marriage citizenship program involving Enrique Marquez, the man who officials told ABC News originally bought 2 of the weapons that were used in the San Bernardino attack. Just the day before the armed assault on a room of defenseless office workers, Marquez was lamenting to a friend about his troubled marriage. There's always that one person that goes further to make the other one happy, Marquez said, according to a friend, Vivian Ramirez. He says it was more like codependency. Among the many peculiar aspects of the life of 24-year-old Marquez, beyond the punk rock lover's sporadic appearance at a local mosque, his apparent inability to hold down a job and his possible decision to purchase assault rifles for a man who apparently didn't want his name on a gun registry was Marquez's marriage to Mariah Chernica, I think is how you say that. Chernica, 25, moved from Russia to the United States in 2009, joining her sister Tatiana, who is married to Saeed Rahil Farouk. That's the brother of San Bernardino shooter Saeed Rizwan Farouk. California man Vram Kupelian, said he dated Chernica for more than a year around the time she moved to the United States, but both worked at the Montebello Mall. Chernica sold cell phone cases at kiosks, a business owned by Tatiana, according to state records. Kupelian said Chernica initially came to the U.S. to visit her sister, but decided to stay because she liked living in America. How Chernica was introduced to Marquez is unclear, but when Chernica submitted a citizenship application after she and Marquez signed their marriage license, it was Saeed Rahil Farouk who stepped in and vouched for Marquez, saying that he would have the financial means to support his new wife. So that let me just stop there because I think that raises some serious questions about if there was some sort of financial arrangement. Did he get the guns and get a wife in return? Are they paying him money? I mean, there's a lot of interesting questions that are raised there.
How can a guy who can't hold a job have enough money to get a mail order bride and buy guns?
Right, exactly. So I think that, again, this is something they're going to have to take a really close look at. Other than the marriage certificate Marquez and Chernica signed on November 29, 2014, however, there is very little evidence that the two were a real married couple, according to friends, public records, and a review of social media accounts. Chernica shared an address not with Marquez, but with another man, Oscar Romero, according to public records. Chernica and Romero posed frequently in photos together with a baby girl, whom they refer to as their daughter, until just 2 months before Chernica's marriage to Marquez, when all mention of Oscar Romero disappears from Chernica's page. Chernica took Romero's name, calling herself Maria Romero on a Russian social media site, even after the marriage, and Romero referred to her as his wife on one of his social media accounts. Chernica's social media page was taken down after ABC News reached out for comment for this report. Michael G. Stone, a friend of Marquez's from the local punk rock scene, told ABC News that Marquez told him that he was married, but Stone never met the wife. It was like an arranged marriage, he said. Viviana Ramirez told ABC News that Marquez said he had met Chernica through a friend, but beyond that, he really wouldn't talk about the marriage. Whenever he would talk about it, he would just look sad, Ramirez said. He never really talked about her or brought her around, but it just didn't seem like it was going in a positive direction. Bernard Wolfsdorf, an immigration lawyer based in Los Angeles, said the unusual circumstances surrounding Chernica's marriage to Marquez would likely attract the interest of immigration authorities.
You think?
Yeah, right? So most of the officers are really good at spotting fake marriages. Well, they must have missed this one, right? Wolfsdorf said authorities would be looking for evidence of shared bank accounts, joint finances between Chernica and Marquez, and at online evidence that the two were actually together. They like to see photographs and pictures, such as, here we are going on a holiday together, here we are at my mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving dinner, things like that. Friends of Marquez said they believe that a relationship was that it is a relationship that he was craving but did not have. The last time I heard from him Tuesday night, I believe, Ramirez said, referring to the night before the Farouk and Malik attacks, he messaged me about relationships, how one person loves one more than another. It's more one-sided than them together. Does that make sense? Another friend who declined to be identified told ABC News that Marquez seemed to genuinely care about her and her child. As for the killer couple themselves, Farouk and Malik were married in the eyes of the U.S. law in August of 2014, after Malik entered the U.S. on a so-called fiancé visa a month before. But international officials say the family and friends indicated they could have been married abroad previously. And I just want to stop here again. Think about the timeline. So the shooters get married in August. In September of that same year, Marquez gets married to this lady Chernica. For me, this is just all too convenient. It seems like there was some sort of arrangement between this group of people. Now this implicates Farouk's brother as well, if he's given the money and he's helping to arrange the marriage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is raising all kinds of red flags.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like this guy was set up as a patsy to be the one who buys the guns and have his name listed as opposed to one of them.
Yeah. And did they pay him with a woman? Is that what he got out of this?
Well, yeah, and if they did pay him with a woman, was he expecting a real relationship?
Yeah,
because she clearly wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, the media is obviously digging, but I suspect law enforcement's digging even harder. They've got to be taking a real good look at this guy, and anything he says now becomes very skeptical. If he's spinning some story about how he was conned by these people or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, the brother-in-law is the one that's been on television, or at least was initially, was saying that he was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
and if I understand it, he's married to the sister of Chernica, who was married to the guy on paper that bought the other two guns.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, this has got to make you think that the whole family's involved in this somehow. That you don't see this kind of a tight connection between this small group of people without everyone knowing kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes you wonder what's going to happen with the baby, too.
Yeah. Well, and there was another story that Aaron had found that talked about the fact that in the police investigation here, and I'm not sure how much I trust some of this reporting because it seems like it's very, very insider into what the investigation's discovering, and I haven't heard it in other sources. But they are saying that the two guys, Marquez and Farouk, had actually planned an attack earlier, and that Marquez had been radicalized as well, that he had converted to Islam, was attending the mosque, and the two of them had planned some previous attack. And I'm not sure that I'm not sure that this is good reporting or not because I haven't seen it anywhere else. But if I start to see other people reporting this as well, then maybe I'll give it more weight. But
in this story, they seem to say Marquez sort of sporadically attended mosque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but the byline are by three reporters from CNN.
Okay.
And so, I'd like to see it in other places as well, but it's not like it's from Raw Story or something like that.
No, that's true.
No, but I agree with Tobin. In this day of news reporting, there's, you got to try to beat people with the story. So they get it out immediately and not always check their sources as well as they could. Yeah. So I'd like to see it a few more places, regardless of the source.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about crazy people, the shooter who shot up the Planned Parenthood, he is a genuine wackadoodle. Tobin, you want to talk about him?
So he's a wackadoodle, huh?
He really is. Yeah, this picture of him, he's got these crazy eyes and this funky beard. And he gets up there and he says, "I'm guilty, there be no trial." Robert Deere is his name.
Yes.
And he says, "I'm a warrior for the babies."
Mm-hmm.
So he's a warrior for the babies.
That's pretty wackadoo.
He's a baby warrior.
He's got the crazy eyes, though. I got to tell you, all the photos, he's got the crazy eyes
and the hair. He's got the Nick Nolte hair.
Yes,
he does. Oh my God, he does.
Yeah,
and he's got the two-tone hair too, because he's got the white beard and he's got the brown hair. So it's
Yeah, he's not trustworthy there.
He's got it all.
So he's accused of killing 3 people and wounding many more on November 27th during an attack on a Planned Parenthood located in Colorado Springs. But I got to be honest, this guy looks like he is just plain nuts.
Well, he did plead guilty, but I wonder if his mental state is not good, if they may not allow that and say, oh, no, he didn't know what he was saying when he said that.
Well, he apparently refused his health evaluation.
Okay.
Which doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, that's the cray-cray.
That's the... Yeah, if you're sane, you think you're crazy, and if you're crazy, you think you're sane.
Heck yeah.
So we just had to talk about the crazy. It's time for another break at 6:44. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on Kcaa AM 1050 and FM 106.5. We'll be right back.
A penny for your thoughts? Sorry, ideas are priceless. KCAA.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that dropping out of high school was my decision. But as a single mom, that decision affected more than just me. To set an example, I had to be the example. I found a free high school diploma program at Learn for Life that fits around my busy life. I have a team of teachers, tutors, and counselors that really care. I learn at my pace in an environment that is safe and comfortable. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
And now it's time for another Support San Bernardino Spotlight.
Hi, my name is George Hahn. I am the Senior Minister at the Center for Spiritual Living Inland Empire. In the next few weeks, we would like to support San Bernardino by highlighting the outstanding things about our city. Today's program features
Dennis Baxter from Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you, George. I'm very proud that Habitat for Humanity San Bernardino area has been serving the residents of the area since 1992, so that's 24 years of building homes and building hope. Each partner family participates in our own curriculum in the greater San Bernardino area that provides guidance and resources to a successful long-term experience as being a homeowner. We have financial literacy classes that they go through so they understand the difference between being a homeowner and being a renter. Our Brush with Kindness program helps out low-income folks with, simple chores around the house. And, of course, our Restore, located in Redlands, is a real part of our fundraising effort. So it's building homes, it's building hope. Folks can give us a call at 909-478-1176 or habitatsb.org.
This program was underwritten by Center for Spiritual Living Inland Empire. If you would like information about today's program, please contact me, Reverend George, by calling 909-883-7171. That's 909-883-7171.
For those of you traveling by air to celebrate this holiday season, LA Ontario International Airport wants you and your family to have a fun and safe trip. For your convenience,
remember, TSA travel rules are for your safety and those of others. LA Ontario International Airport reminds you to arrive early and check with your airlines for flight delays or cancellations.
ONT offers 62 daily flights to 15 nonstop western cities. This year, Santa brings your airport the Pause Pet Assisting with Smiles stress relief program. So, make sure to stop and pause a while. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. For more airport information, please visit us at lawa.org.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, or check out the savings and place your order online. VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
We supply the words. You paint the picture. KCAA.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA, AM 1050 and FM 106.5. Tobin, got a story about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or did Todd want to talk about that?
I think Todd wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to bring this one up. I thought it was fairly interesting. You know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, super well-known basketball player, 6-time NBA champion, league most valuable player. He's a celebrated author, filmmaker, education ambassador. His life and career are subject of Minority of One. It's a new documentary on HBO Sports. And he's a very thoughtful guy. And he posted an editorial that is on the Time magazine website. It's titled, "The 2016 Candidate Has More in Common with Terrorists Group Than He Does with America." The terrorist campaign against American ideals is winning. Fear is rampant. Gun sales are soaring. Hate crimes are increasing. Bearded hipsters are being mistaken for Muslims. 83% of the voters believe a large-scale terrorist attack is likely here in the near future. Some Americans are now so afraid that they're willing to trade in the sacred beliefs that define America for some vague promises of security from the very people who are spreading the terror. Go ahead and burn the Constitution. Just don't hurt me at the mall. That's how effective this terrorism is. And I'm not talking about ISIS. I'm talking about Donald Trump. That's his lead-in. He says it's not hyperbole. It's not a metaphor. Webster defines terrorism as the use of violent acts to frighten the people in an area as a way of trying to achieve a political goal. The systematic use of terror, especially as a means of coercion. And if violence can be an abstraction, and it can, that's what the threat is. If the Trump campaign meets this definition, or rather the Trump definition meets this definition, thus Trump is ISIS's greatest triumph, the perfect Manchurian candidate who, instead of offering specific and realistic policies, he preys upon the fear of the public, doing ISIS's job for them. Even fellow Republican Jeb Bush acknowledged Trump's goal is to manipulate people's angst and fears.
You know,
without a doubt,
Trump is an idiot, right? I'm not a Trump fan. I made that clear from the beginning. I worry though that this Manchurian candidate, that violence that he's creating violence. I worry that that's elevating Trump. I mean, his rhetoric is really obscene, but it's just rhetoric right now. I mean, we haven't seen. I mean, there aren't like brown shirt armies with Trump people out there. Mobs doing vigilante work. I mean, that's not what's going on. Yeah, there's been some isolated little scuffles at some of his rallies, but nothing on a grand scale.
Nothing on a grand scale, but all it takes is a few wackadoodles listening to his rhetoric to then start taking action that is completely outside the mainstream of American thought. And I think that's what Kareem is trying to point out, is that this guy is basically spreading hate speech, and we're legitimately considering him as a presidential candidate, and that there's something wrong with that. That's scary.
Well, I know that the world is appalled. And I think they've got over 25,000 signatures now, maybe more than that, in the UK saying, "Don't come here. We don't want you here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're appalled that somebody like that could be a contender for anything.
Yeah, he's it's interesting. The polls though really are distorting how big his support is, because they use percentages, right? And these percentages are extrapolated from a small polling sample, and they're talking about state polls. So if you see that he's at 20% or 30% in Iowa, and people think, oh wow, that's a lot of people. Well, it's 20 to 30% of the people who would vote in a Republican primary, and in reality, the actual number of people is probably quite small, maybe a couple thousand. And so it's not it's not this big monumental movement. But he's been given sort of, the media has sort of fallen for his trap, and they keep running every outlandish thing he says, which keeps his name in the news, which keeps his numbers high. Because right now what people are really being polled on is essentially name ID for a lot of stuff. And they hear I think as we're getting closer, as December begins to wind down, we get to January, and we're already seeing this. Polls are beginning to change. As they change the filter and they switch to talking to likely voters as opposed to just everybody, you're going to see those numbers begin to crater even more. I really feel like this has been a media-driven narrative to sell newspapers because it's good.
Well, and part of this issue too is that our candidates started running months and months before there was ever even the earliest vote, and so they've been doing this for months and months. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, you'd say, well, the liberal media is pushing Trump out there and making him the front runner in people's mindset, trying to get him out there in order to discredit the Republican legitimate candidates.
Well, the National Review just had an article basically saying, if the Clinton campaign were to design the perfect Republican candidate, it would be Trump.
Yeah, I could see that. It was funny because when we started talking about this, I thought, speaking of wackadoodles was how I was going to lead that in. It's real interesting. I mean, if you read through Kareem's, and I recommend somebody, who's interested, go ahead and read the whole article. I mean, he talks about the fact that, he's met Trump. They were friends. And that, in fact, he even shows a picture here there with his manager. And he says, Trump and I met together several years ago before he forgot that there's Muslim athletes. Yeah. It's again, just a shoot from the hip, say the thing that you think is going to get your name in the news the most type of campaign that he's running. And, I wouldn't be a bit surprised when we start seeing campaign funding to find out that he really hasn't spent very much money at all because he hasn't had to.
He's had all this free media.
Absolutely. He hasn't had a need to do that.
So why don't we read at least one of the profiles of the victims of last week's shooting. Tobin, do you have that queued up?
I do. So Aurora Godoy, 26 years old, was the youngest victim killed in Wednesday's mass shooting in San Bernardino. Published reports this week show a woman who, with her new husband, James Godoy, had goals. A two-year-old son, Alexander, a home, a new job with San Bernardino County's Department of Environmental Health, a job that she was happy in, reports said. Then came December 2nd. A GoFundMe account has been set up to support the San Jacinto woman's family. According to the fundraising page at GoFundMe.com, the family is known for its positive, fun, and loving demeanor, who is beloved by many. The Godoys are more than co-workers or friends. They are family, the post said. As James and Alexander go through this difficult time during the holiday season, we want to help them in their time of grief. They're amazing people who need as much love and support as they can get. The fundraising goal is $15,000, and the money will help to cover funeral expenses. Friend and colleague Felisa Cardona described Godoy as a beautiful person who doted on her son Alexander and was deeply committed to her family. She would take breaks and go for walks and be on the phone talking to her family, said Cardona, a public information officer for the county. She said she met Godoy when the two worked for the county registrar of voters' office when Godoy was a temporary employee and pregnant with her son. Godoy was beyond thrilled when she was hired full-time with the Public Health Department's Environmental Services Division and had recently purchased a home with her husband, James. She said that she was directed in wanting to get married and have a baby and buy a house and move up in her career. When Cardona became pregnant herself, she found comfort in the advice and encouragement of Godoy. When my son was born, she offered her son's clothes to me. She said that she was a very generous and giving person. A second GoFundMe account has also been set up by sister-in-law Evelyn Godoy, and they'd already raised close to $10,000 by Friday morning. The money will go to child care and other expenses, the Post said. Godoy, whose maiden name was Benalis, graduated from Carson High School in 2007. Her husband and her were both high school sweethearts. They've been together since 2003. My brother is too young to be a widower, let alone a single father, the Post said. Aurora was always loving and giving. She was willing to help all her loved ones. She loved to bake and cook. She was really creative, and she will always be willing to help with the birthday parties and functions. She loved spending time at Disneyland with her family. We'll miss her bubbly personality, always smiling, and her funny way of saying hello.
Wow.
Wow.
I drove by the corner of Orange Show Road and Waterman yesterday, and of course yesterday was a week.
Yeah.
And there were so many candles and flowers and people parked up and down the street and walking over to that corner because that's where they had a makeshift memorial. And this is the community's not ready to move on, and they shouldn't. It's been too soon.
No, I actually, I'm not sure I can drive over there yet. I feel like it's going to be too emotional for me.
Yep.
I'm not
So with
ready.
that, we're out of time. It's 6:59. I'm Erin Brinker.
I'm Tobin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
This is KCAA Loma Linda. CNBC News is next. Brought to you by BuySellMakeOffer.com. Go there now and join the thousands who have already signed up for a new and exciting way to buy and sell online, launching January 15th.
I'm Chris Maurer, CNBC Business Radio. Applications for unemployment benefits rose by 13,000 to 282,000 last week. That's the highest level since early July. But claims have now been below 300,000 for 40 straight weeks. That's the level associated with a healthy jobs market. Chipotle's founder and co-CEO apologizing on the Today Show a short time ago for the health scares in the Northwest and Boston. And if you're in the market for a new car, you might want to check out the latest data from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. It's just come out with its list of safest vehicles for 2016. 48 vehicles earned its highest rating of Top Safety Pick Plus. The Chrysler 200 was the only domestic model to qualify. Toyota, Honda, and Subaru had the most winners. Chris Maurer, CNBC.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
The gift that keeps on giving is almost always just a metaphor. Open it once, gift over. But at TGI Fridays, we have the gift that actually does keep on giving. For just $10, get any endless app like one of 8 flavors of boneless wings, and we'll keep them coming over and over again. For a bit more, you can switch to another app. Loaded potato skins? Sure. Pan-seared pot stickers? Fine. You can even try them all. We don't care. We're just excited about giving and then giving some more. Endless apps with endless choice are back at TGI Fridays. At participating restaurants for a limited time. While supplies last, other restrictions apply.
BuySellMakeOffer.com is our New Year's gift to you. Circle this date, Friday, January 15th. You're invited to start the new year off right with a subscription to BuySellMakeOffer.com. Some other selling sites can be sketchy, and even others will charge you a fee on every item you list. But with BuySellMakeOffer.com, you can sell your washer, dryer, cars, or even your home with no per-item fees. And you can use Skype, make a video. You can actually see the person you're buying from, or they can see you, all to better sell your product. Wouldn't you like a feeling of security when you buy or sell? That's why we call it BuySellMakeOffer.com. And you don't have to wait until January 15th to find out what the buzz is all about. Go right now to BuySellMakeOffer.com and type in your email address so you'll know exactly when the fun will begin. The first 30 days are on us, and then it's as little as $7.95 per month to sell up to 50 items. Join the revolution in online selling with BuySellMakeOffer.com.
It's time for your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker. In Redlands, we have an accident. 2 lanes are blocked on the 10 westbound before Wabash Avenue. A crash involving a big rig has the 2 right lanes blocked. Traffic is jammed from before Oak Glen Road. In Moreno Valley, accident. Shoulder is blocked on the 60 westbound after Day Street. Stop and go traffic from Paris Boulevard. This crash reportedly involves 2 vehicles in the center divider. In Corona, stop and go traffic on the 91 westbound between McKinley Street and Green River Road. 91 East is slow and go from Madison Street to 14th Street. The 71 South is busy between Pine Avenue and the 91. In Corona, an accident. The center lane is blocked on the 91 westbound after the 15. The 91 west after the 15, a car fire is blocking the number 2 lane. Traffic is heavy from before McKinley. In Moreno Valley, stop-and-go traffic on the 215 northbound between Cactus Avenue and University Avenue. The 60 west is heavy from Paris Boulevard to the 215. Also in Moreno Valley, an accident. The right lane is blocked on the 215 northbound before Alessandro Boulevard. In Chino, stop-and-go traffic on the 60 westbound between Mountain Avenue and the 57 Orange Freeway. The 10 west is slow and go from Central Avenue to Reservoir. The 10 west is heavy from Carnelian to Foothill Boulevard. In Norcos, slow traffic on the 15 northbound between 2nd Street and Harupa Street. The 15 south is slow in patches between the 210 and the 60. In the Cajon Pass road construction, 2 lanes are closed on the 15 northbound from Oak Hill Road to US 395. The 15 north between Oak Hill Road and the 395, the 2 right lanes are closed for road work until approximately 3 p.m. And finally, in Apple Valley, this is more road construction. 2 lanes are closed on the 15 southbound from Wild Wash Road to Boulder Road / Dale Evans Parkway. The 2 left lanes are closed for road work until 10 a.m. This has been your KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker.
This report has been brought to you by Unbound. At Unbound, they don't see poverty. They see potential. That's just one way Unbound is different. Learn more at unbound.org.
This is KCAA.
He has been a professional money manager for the last 18 years. He is a regular contributor to the Fox Business Channel and Bloomberg Radio. In addition to this, he is a regular contributor to TheStreet.com and MarketWatch.com. Now he's live here on the Wall Street Business Network. Here is Bill Gunderson.
And welcome to the Tuesday morning. It is December the 8th. It's the live edition of the Best Stocks Now Radio Hour with professional money manager Bill Gunderson, president of Gunderson Capital Management in the southwest corner of the U.S. down in San Diego, California, where we have a big naval presence. We have China data and oil, again, impacting the markets. Now, this won't go on forever. This is something that's happening right now. Oil's not going to go down forever, but it's going down recently here. For the last year and a half, really. It will find a bottom somewhere. The Dow is down 181 points right now. About even for the year, maybe even a little bit down. The Dow is at 17,555. The S&P 500 down 17 points here. That works out to 0.8%. The S&P 500 is at 2,059. Again, about where we began the year. Boy, I'll tell you what, all this work for nothing. The NASDAQ down 33 points. That works out to 0.6%. The NASDAQ, well above 5,000. You got to be happy about that. It's been a long time since we got above 5,000. You got to go back to the year 2001, right? No, 2000, March of 2000. The NASDAQ is at 5,068. Now, here's the culprit. Crude oil, down 1.7%. It's actually coming back a little bit here from the low of the morning. Crude oil at $37 per barrel. What's gasoline? I haven't filled up for a while. About $2.50 out here in California. Gold's at $1,073. The euro is at 1.0876. And the 10-year yield is sitting chilly at 2.22%. So welcome to the Best Stocks Now Radio Hour with professional money manager Bill Gunderson, president of Gunderson Capital Management. China data And the oil route. Well, let's begin with China data, okay? 5th month in a row, exports shrink in China, which makes one wonder if oil is not telling the true story of the economy rather than gussied up GDP numbers here in America. Well, I would say oil is a good indication of the global economy. And obviously we have a supply overload right now in oil. And you've got Iran coming back into the market after being shut out for several years. That's also hurting the supply glut of oil. And I think a lot of people were long oil before the OPEC meeting because the expectation was that the Saudis would finally start to cut oil production. And oil traders thought that that would put in a bottom for oil prices. Well, they were wrong. The Saudis did not cut oil production. They're all scrambling right now to maintain and to increase market share. Whether it's the Saudis, whether it's Iraq, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia, or whether it's U.S. oil frackers. And when supply is greater than demand, and I can't believe demand is really that weak, it really seems to be a supply issue here, you get $37 per barrel oil. And I think a lot of those people that bought oil contracts leading up to the OPEC meeting are now dumping those contracts and putting extra pressure on oil prices. This is eventually going to settle down and settle in. You can't take a couple of days and get all nervous and get all flustered. It'll eventually will settle in. The market still looks good going into 2016. What else do we have going on? We have nothing goes down